I wanna make sound. I wanna change everything. I wanna know it, feel it, take it all. I wanna fix everything. But the hardest part of this is to take who you are and change what you need. Stuck in a place you're not meant to be. Take all your doubts, take it from me. You made your chains, now be your release. I wanna scream out, 'cause I can't stand this wait and see. 'Cause I've been way down, way too long. There's still a pulse in me. But the hardest part of this is to take who you are and change what you need. Stuck in a place you're not meant to be. Take all your doubts, take it from me. You made your chains, now be your release.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to XFW Wrestling here at Bloodsword 6 Streaming. Thank you for joining us tonight. This is XFW Late Night, folks. We're not going to waste a whole lot of time chit-chatting. We're going to head down to ringside, starting off hot and heavy tonight with XFW Tag Team action coming your way. Let's head down to the ring. No wasting time tonight, folks. We're getting things going right and ready to note. XFW kicking things off. TKS, thank you for liking the stream. Cornelius Hubbard.
The following contest
Thank you for joining us.
One fall.
Thank you all that are here tonight at XFW.
On the way to the ring at a combined weight of
And we're kicking things
454
off
pounds.
with the White Dragons. TKWA, thank you for putting Stacy Keebler on the screen for everyone to enjoy. Stacy Keebler, the official gift mascot of XFW. John Rogers now gives us a little Stacy Keebler love. Thank you, Mr. Rogers. The former four-time XFW Tag Team Champions in the ring. Derek Smith now giving us a little more of Stacy Keebler. Thank you, Mr. Smith. We've got a number of matches coming your way tonight. Oh, Cornelius, thank you as well. We've got a hell of a main event for you coming tonight, folks.
And their opponents at a
Pedro
combined weight
Ortiz
of
Jr. going one-on-one
464
inside a
pounds.
steel cage with Ramon Cruz. Chris Fair, thank you for sharing. And there's Stacy Keebler in a jean miniskirt, which just gets me all kinds of awesomely uncomfortable excited. But this is XFW Late Night, folks, and that's what it's all about. Grab your drinks. Sit back as XFW takes over the airwaves on the interwebs. America's Finest making their way inside the ring. Cornelius, thank you for sharing again. Marshall Foster saying Twitch is a little bit behind. Usually a lot of these are. There's always a little bit of delay between streams. Depends on what the settings are on those platforms. But either way, XFW's off. Folks, there is the bell. And we are off and running as Thompson nails Akira Matsuda out of the get-go with a flying forearm. Sean Alloway, thank you for liking the stream. Thank you for putting Stacy Keebler on the screen for all of us to enjoy here at XFW Late Night. Fisherman suplex now. Oh, thought he was going to hold on for the cover there, but it looks like Akira Matsuda got the leg up. Sean, thank you for becoming a fan. And now we get schoolgirl Stacy. Always loved me a little schoolgirl Stacy. Akira Matsuda now off the rope. Sean, thank you for sharing as well. Lance Thompson running the gambit and taking Matsuda head over heels with a big time lariat. Tag in comes Bobby Wayne. Collar and elbow tight now. Wayne and Matsuda. Sean, thank you again for sharing. We're getting a lot of Stacy Keebler love already tonight on XFW. Well, Akira Matsuda is going around the world with a DDT on the Bobby Wayne. John Rogers says Akira isn't human. We've had a lot of folks say that Akira Matsuda does some things that are not physically possible by a human being. Right now, phenomenal double teamwork by the White Dragons. Carlos, thank you for liking the stream. Akira Matsuda now coming off the ropes with a leg drop. But Bobby Wayne firing right back with a flying forearm, taking Satora off his feet. Both these teams well known here in XFW. Both long-time XFW regions. Both teams former tag team champions here. Both looking to get back to the top of the food chain, the top of the ladder here to get the #1 contendership, to get a shot at the entourage for the XFW Tag Team Championship. Oh, big German suplex there by Bobby Wayne. Again, folks, thank you for tuning in tonight. Thank you all for the love and the shares, the likes that we've gotten already, the new fans, which is always exciting to see here in XFW. Double teamwork coming up from Thompson and Wayne. Again, big-time elbow drop. Jesse Estella, thank you for liking the stream. Always nice to see Stacy Keebler all over the place. Stacy loves the action here at XFW just as much as I do. And Satora taking Thompson over the top, and Satora getting a little weird there, spitting out that red mist. We've seen him use that. I want to know how he changes the colors. We've seen him use green mist to spit in people's eyes, but occasionally the red mist comes out. How can you keep that shit in your mouth that long? German suplex now by Kushida Satora. One half of the White Dragons back in the corner. Lance Thompson kicking in the face, trying to blow, and another lariat right to the back of the head. Thompson back in control. Thompson and Wayne coming off a bit of a hiatus back to XFW. Falling in line with Josh Clemens, the coach. Nice exploder suplex from Akira Matsuda, or Kushida Satora. We've had too many drinks already. XFW Late Night. Michael Roche, thank you for liking the stream. Hopefully I did not murder your last name. Sometimes I'm really bad at names. Kushida Satora dumped over the top. Lance Thompson in pursuit, not wanting to give the White Dragons an opportunity to recover here wisely. They need to keep the pressure on if they want to win this match tonight. The referee not counting this is an Extreme Rules match. Head referee Mike Katora can do nothing but watch on as Lance Thompson utilize the outside arena floor as a weapon. And right now laying into Kushida Satora on the outside. America's Finest, the frat boys of XFW, if you will. Phenomenal in-ring wrestlers. But that frat boy, that college mentality that has come, oh good Lord, Satora's got a chair, but Thompson steals it away. Shot out of the back of Satora. Thompson levels him with a brutal clothesline. Good Lord. Oh my God. America's Finest pulls off the victory. Wow. America's Finest. Thompson and Wayne were on par tonight and leveled all that damage on the outside. Satora coming in with the steel chair. The double teamwork, America's Finest, came in tonight ready to go. Sean, thank you for the like of our arena. You see, Akira Matsuda tried to get in, but just a second too late. The referee's hand came down. And America's Finest pull off the victory. Wow. America's Finest knocking off the White Dragons in our opening contest tonight, folks. A lot of folks will call that an upset, as the Dragons are one of the most popular tag teams here in XFW. But America's Finest is no one to underestimate, no one to take a back seat to. And America's Finest just proved they want to be back on top. They are hungry to get an opportunity at the XFW World or XFW Tag Team Championship. And again, as of late, they came back to XFW and been under the tutelage of Josh Clemens. Now we're speaking about Josh Clemens. Up next on XFW Late Night, folks, will be the Maniacal Glee. Let's see if we can't get that up on there. Bing! Nope, wrong button. Wrong button. Hold on. Nope, wrong button. I am all over the place tonight, folks. Wrong button. There we go. It's XFW Late Night. I've already been drinking. But folks, the Maniacal Glee going one-on-one with Mason Storm next on XFW Late Night. Now, Mason Storm, Chris Fair, thank you for sending stars. And we get Stacy Keebler in an itty-bitty yellow polka dot bikini, which never gets old for me, folks. I hope you enjoy. The tip jar already exploding over next to our TKWA insignia. Our friends over TKWA, folks, we talk about them a lot. Make sure you get over there and give those guys a like and a follow as well for some more awesome wrestling action. But Glee going one-on-one tonight with Mason Storm. And I'm sure, Clemens, you already see him in the background there in our marquee. Clemens recently, I shouldn't say recently, last month here in XFW, lost his prestigious mustache at the hands of Biff Wellington in a fan-requested mustache versus mustache match. Since then, Clemens has come down to the ring with a bag over his head. And now he's wearing the old Shockmaster helmet from WCW days, which is just... Well, quite frankly, folks, it's more embarrassing than the bag. But he has been increasing his stable as of late here in XFW with America's Finest under his wing. But let's head down to ringside and see how Mason Storm fares against the Maniacal One next on XFW Late Night. Thank you again for sharing, Mr. Clark. And here comes, as folks are calling him, $1 Million Glee.
Making his way to the ring.
I keep hearing rumors that Glee has melted down the championship and he's played around with it. But he's wearing it down in the ring. Again, folks, I want to talk again. This is not a legitimate championship here in XFW. It's not. The $1 Million Championship was made up by Easy Money as a ploy and a loophole in his contract. Just to get himself a bigger paycheck. The $1 Million Championship is not real. Easy lost in a ladder match to Prince Christopherson Pierce at XFW Lockdown, or Quarantine, I'm sorry. And then Glee won it from Pierce, but again, it's not a real championship. And look at Glee being all serious, walking out of the ring wearing it, as if it means something. We've had conversations with Glee, but let's face it, folks, it really doesn't get through to Glee no matter what you say. And here comes Mason Storm, the former 5-time XFW Internet Champion.
Representing the industry.
And again, you see Josh Clemens wearing that ridiculous helmet.
Weighing in at 216 pounds, Mason Storm.
Cornelius Hubbard, no, the Destroyer is not on the card tonight. The Destroyer will be in action tomorrow night on XFW Danger Zone. Josh, the coach, Clemens, wearing that beyond ridiculous Shockmaster helmet because his mustache was shaved off. Clemens says he's now injured and can't wrestle because he lost his mustache. And here we go, folks. Glee with a shot to the head and now a little bit of retreating. Well, Mason Storm catching him. Greco-Roman style takedown by the Maniacal One by Mason Storm. Storm now, beautiful Northern Light suplex No pin combination. Harmon, thank you for becoming a fan. Welcome to XFW here at Bloodsport 6 streaming. Mason Storm already with an early cover. But Glee easily kicking right out. The Maniacal Glee, one of the most odd and eccentric characters here in XFW. Glee took a decent amount of time off early in 2020 after a hellacious beating he took at the hands of Blake the Body Harris. The two reignited that feud not too long ago, which saw Glee won, but lately Glee's been dealing with Brian Blaze, who seems to have been targeting Glee for a number of weeks now. And Brian Blaze now defeated Glee back-to-back matches. But now Glee back in his home territory with an Extreme Rules match tonight against young Mason Storm. Up and over, Glee misses the shot. A leg lariat now from Mason Storm, takes him down. Cover again by Mason Storm, but again Glee gets the shoulder up. Blocked right hand, Maniacal and trying to get back in the swing of things. Mason Storm has dominated the early parts of this contest. Glee, when he calls that the Happy Bomb DDT. And now look, just staring down at Mason Storm. Here come the antics. The silliness of the Maniacal one. Into the turnbuckle we go. Glee with a running start with a go! Good cripes! Did you see that shot to the face by the Maniacal Glee? Look at this kick to the face. Ouch! Mason Storm's gonna feel that one for a week. Glee now back in the swing. Mason Storm with a counter Irish whip over the top. Glee holds on. Both men now out on the canvas. Glee with trying to get a kick to the face. Glee misses the elbow. Mason Storm connects with a drop kick. Referee starting to count. I thought this was an Extreme Rules match, but I guess not, as Mike Couture starts his count. Dragon whip now by the Maniacal one. Glee tossing young Mason Storm back in. Folks, I remember when Mason Storm started here in XFW. The young upstart, the outstanding young performer that was, what the hell is that? Glee with an on all fours headbutt. That just looked like he was trying to insult Mason Storm. I can't see that doing a whole lot of damage against his Glee. Mike Cohen, thank you for liking the stream. Welcome. As I was saying, folks, Mason Storm, when he first came to XFW, a phenomenal young athlete, outstanding in-ring competitor, and one of the nicest guys you would ever meet. Bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, excited just to be in the world of professional wrestling until he won his first championship, the World Internet Champion here in XFW, and then his attitude changed tenfold. He went from that nice kid that you saw in the locker room to one of the most egotistical little shits I've ever seen in professional wrestling. And now that he's got himself aligned with Josh, the Coach Clemens, and has only magnituded and modified that attitude beyond. As you see the Shockmaster helmet on the outside as Glee dumps Mason Storm right to the hardest part of the ring of the apron. Nathan Jackowski, thank you for liking the stream. Welcome to XFW Late Night. Glee and Storm now back inside. Glee countering again with a shot to the midsection. Glee's got him up. Glee turned around, spinning powerbomb, pinning combination. Kick out by Mason Storm. Looking like an XFW Late Night, it is Bob Harris, our other referee. But from what I understand, folks, Harris may be done with what is Glee doing, running all the way to the other side of the apron. Oh, he's going to go again. Here we go again. Back and forth. Glee dumping down Mason Storm and Storm now turning it around. Reverse DDT by the Maniacal one. Or to the Maniacal one, I should say. Glee rolling underneath the ropes there. Mason Storm in hot pursuit. As I was saying, folks, Bob Harris, our other referee. Glee overshooting. Bob Harris, right now, after two matches last night that had interesting and very controversial endings due to Harris, Bob Harris may be done with XFW, folks. We're waiting to find out to see what's going to go on here. But we may have seen the last of Bob Harris last night. Two matches ended due to Harris neglecting his in-ring duties and not paying attention to pinfalls, getting in the way far too much. So right now, Mike Arturo, our head referee, footing the entire load here at XFW. Glee just getting dropped on his head by Storm. Mason Storm now stalking the maniacal Glee. Storm went, hooks a fisherman suplex. Oh, Glee got his foot to the ropes. Lucky for Glee, Storm has put away a number of competitors with that very move. Glee dodging out of the way. What is Glee doing? Glee, deadlift German suplex. Impressive by the maniacal one. Someone keeps teaching Glee new moves. Glee twisting, neckbreaker lands on Mason Storm. We've got a cover. Oh, so close, so close. Mike Arturo's hands coming down ever so closely to the ring, the apron. Almost a 3 count for the maniacal Glee. Storm gets the shoulder up, showing the willpower. Jesse Lee Simmons, thank you for liking the stream. Glee now tossing Mason Storm out hard, impact right in the back of his head. The maniacal one now bouncing like a gummy bear inside the ring. What do we got here, folks? Holy hell! Glee up and over, suicide dive over the top rope, right in front of the coach. Holy hell! Glee just took down Mason Storm. Storm back to his feet relatively quick, and a drop kick in the back of the head as Josh the Coach Clemens shouts out orders to his protege. Glee tosses him back inside. What hellacious match between these two wrestlers right now, folks. Snapmare again by Mason Storm into a chinlock. Going back to the old school maneuvers, the technical wrestling that Mason Storm is so well known for. Shot to the midsection now by the maniacal Glee. Another one. Glee with just a slap to the face on Storm. Storm catches him with a belly-to-belly suplex. Glee back to his feet, lands a jumping neckbreaker. Glee looks exhausted. I've talked about, folks, how that slap in the face on a number of occasions can actually wake up your opponent and backfire on you. That's what happened there as Glee smacked Storm and Storm came out of it. Glee now snapmare. Glee lands an up and dumps. Baseball slide insecurity to the top of the head. Leg is hooked. Glee victorious. Glee pulls off the pinfall. Jesse Lee Simmons, no. Lee Bischoff is not gone. Lee Bischoff was in action last night at XFW Ground Zero in a triple threat match. Mass Mike was on XFW programming last week. Both of those contenders are still here in XFW. I believe Mass Mike actually is booked to be on XFW Saturday Night Showdown later this week. But the maniacal Glee victorious. And now that's a little bit more of the usual Glee that we've seen. The $1 million champion. Again, folks, thank you for tuning in to XFW here at XFW Late Night, our later show in the evening. Thank you for joining us. I see some fans talking about which wrestlers are still here. Jesse Lee Simmons, I can assure you, Lee Bischoff and Mass Mike are still in the roster here in XFW. We are still getting through some new folks as they come in here to XFW. And now recently we've had some additions from TKWA. The guys right here on the side, this little logo right here. Every now and again goes wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Excuse me. But those two competitors are still here in XFW. If the fans resonate and the characters get some reaction from the audience, they will stay here in XFW. Jesse Lee Simmons, thank you for sharing as well. And then we get Stacy Keeper, that little mini skirt again. Hold on, I got to watch that when it's on the screen. Good Lord, those legs, folks. Again, our main event of the evening tonight, folks, is going to be absolutely outstanding. Our main event is a cage match featuring two former XFW champions. Pedro Ortiz Jr., former United States and XFW World Heavyweight Champion, going one-on-one with Ramon Cruz. Now, Cruz, his family heritage, likes to specialize in cage match. His father, Romeo Vega, who used to wrestle here in XFW, whose career was ended early after being absolutely decimated in the ring by 3 top rope splashes by former XFW champion Warbird. And now Ramon Cruz taking the spot for his father in wrestling here at XFW. One-on-one tonight with Pedro Ortiz Jr. in a cage match. Ramon Cruz, one of the 3 members of the group formerly known as the Alliance with Brian Blaze and Biff Wellington, now back out on his own. We occasionally see Cruz still teaming up with Biff Wellington here and there, but as of late has been going at a singles competition, trying to get himself back in the spotlight for the XFW United States Champion. Right now, let's head back down to ringside for more one-on-one action next on XFW Late Night. Cornelius, we're glad you're loving the brand of XFW.
The following contest.
We try to do everything we can to entertain everyone that tunes in here to Bloodsport 6
making his way to the ring
Professional Wrestling.
from Oita, Japan, weighing in at 244 pounds, Hiro Katsuyori.
Hiro Katsuyori showing up, the Japanese Ultimate Warrior, as dubbed by some fans. Some of the most brutal lariats and suplexes I have seen ever inside an XFW ring. XWA is being invaded by juggalos. You might want to get yourself a pest control specialist if you got juggalos in your ring. That is a serious infestation and could lead to long damage. I've seen the damage juggalos can do. And here comes Christopherson Pierce
And his
now.
opponent from Chelsea, England, weighing in at 210 pounds, Christopherson Pierce.
Christopherson Pierce, a former XFW $1 million champion. Again, folks, the $1 million champion is not a real championship here in XFW. As much as everyone claims to hold it, look at the look on that guy in the audience face. He does not like Christopherson Pierce. Wow, did you see the stink eye from that guy in the gray shirt right in ringside? Wow, I felt that glare back here. Pierce seems to be giving him a little bit of lip now. Wow. I thought that guy was going to come over the barricade and launch himself at Pierce. When we talk about ego, folks, Christopherson Pierce has some of the biggest ego here in XFW. Christopherson Pierce claims to be the 26th in line for the royal throne of England. He's had some outstanding matches here in XFW, had a pinfall victory over the Destroyer himself. Ooh, and there's one of the lariats I talked about already as Hiro Katsuyori starts things off. Brutal impact already, big right hand. Brutal suplex, and now here we go. Hiro Katsuyori wasting no time, getting into his normal rhythm as he lights up Pierce with repeated shots and a cross chop to the throat from Hiro Katsuyori. A lot of folks thought Katsuyori would already have XFW gold around his waist shortly after debuting here in XFW. He's been holding his own with a lot of XFW regulars and some of XFW's elite, including Easy Money, the Maniacal Glee, Blake the Body Harris, Brian Blaze, and more. But Katsuyori does not like to make a big stink here. He likes to come in, wrestle the matches he's booked for, and go on his way. He doesn't cause problems unless your opponent in the ring, as Christopherson Pierce is finding out right now, as he just got again waylaid by those brutal lariats by Hiro, but now Pierce with the ground and pound, repeated shots in the face of Hiro Katsuyori. Katsuyori rolling to the outside, trying to catch his breath, but Pierce keeping the offense, keeping the pressure on. Mustang, thank you for liking the stream, welcome. A dodge now by Hiro, but again Pierce catches him and rips on the knee, tossing him to the outside arena floor. Katsuyori tossed, his head coming mere centimeters away from those steel steps. Referee up to a 4 count. Pierce now, hammer lock, body slam on the outside arena floor.
6,
Referee up to a 6 count. Both these guys need to get back inside the squared circle.
7,
Referee up to 7, and Pierce doesn't seem to give two shits about the count. Hero turns it around on the outside.
8,
Referee up to an 8. Hero climbing all the way to the top.
9,
Watching for Pierce to come back in. Hey, go, Pierce. Well, it was a little bit of telegraph there by Hero. Waited a little bit too long, good Lord. Pierce taken out. Now that looked intentional, folks. That looked intentional. Pierce looked like he looked around the ring and threw Katsuyori directly into Mike Atura. Katsuyori, though, with a quick recover. Double underhook into a suplex. Textbook classic. Hiro Katsuyori. Nick Clark says he missed the Kai type gimmick. Kai type is awesome. Indeed. Taka Michinoku, one of my favorite all-time wrestlers, did not get his proper respects in WWE. Him and Funaki, Kaintai, outstanding in ring performers. Big right hand now by Katsuyori. Pierce with a nice turnaround. And now Katsuyori in section doing the same thing. Both men now exchanging shots. Kicked in the midsection. Tower of London hits on Hiro Katsuyori. We've got a cover.
2,
Katsuyori gets the shoulder up just before the referee's hand comes down over a 3 count. Pierce now trying to pander to the crowd. I don't know why. Just uses finishing maneuver, and Katsuyori managed to get the shoulder up. Katsuyori again the lariat. Katsuyori again lands that lariat, devastating down on Prince Christopherson Pierce. Shot to the knees. Again. Pierce bent in half by Hiro Katsuyori with that brutal lariat. And now Pierce gets the shoulder up. Almost a 3 count there on Pierce as these two continue to battle on XFW Late Night. Headbutt now from Katsuyori. Finds its mark. Katsuyori looks back on his game now. Irish whip over the top, almost goes Pierce. Katsuyori catches him. Belly to belly from the apron. Finds its mark. Pierce now staggering, trying to get back to his feet. Katsuyori hooks the leg. Cradle suplex connects.
1, 2,
Katsuyori victorious. Katsuyori pulls off the victory tonight with the cradle suplex over Prince Christopherson Pierce. Here's that, look at that lariat, boom! And Pierce's legs over his head from the sheer impact of that shot from Hiro Katsuyori. I cannot believe Pierce got the shoulder up from that, but here's the cradle suplex. You see how deep the cover is by Hiro. The legs bridged up, keeping the connection, and gets the 3 count over Christopherson Pierce tonight on XFW Late Night. William Alexander Estep, thank you for liking the stream, and thank you for putting Stacy Keeper once again on the screen for all of us to enjoy. Look at that toast. Again, folks, thank you for tuning in tonight. Thank you for the love, the shares, the likes, the stars, especially the new fans. Thank you for joining us here at the XFW family. We hope you stick around. We hope you join the chat in our chat room, as we got a lot of feisty fans here in XFW that like to have a lot of fun and discuss things back and forth. No matter what platform you're watching XFW on, folks, thank you for tuning in to our crazy brand of professional wrestling here at Bloodsport 6 streaming. Now, I've been talking a lot about our main event tonight, folks, because it is a pay-per-view level match. And tonight it will be Ramon Cruz going one-on-one with Pedro Ortiz Jr. inside a steel cage. This will be the first time we've ever had a steel cage match on XFW Late Night. Late Night is usually the more party show here in XFW. We like to have a little bit more fun. Sometimes some unusual matchups here at XFW. A lot of times, matches that are more of a scrimmage or just nothing usually ranking that often here on XFW Late Night. A lot of times for our wrestlers just for bragging rights or for show or to practice some new maneuvers or just sell some merchandise, which you can find at bloodsword6.com. Joshua Proc, thank you for liking the stream. Thank you for making Stacy Keebler wiggle for us all here. Stacy Keebler, the official gift mascot of XFW. Now again, folks, we squeezed a few more Stacy Keebler gifts in there. We saw that last week when someone donated some money right to our Streamlabs account. Marshall Foskin, thank you for sharing. Speaking of one of our new Stacy Keebler gifts, good Lord, I love that. Last week we had the debut of, as a lot of folks are now calling it, just the Stacy Keebler. Oh, I lost the word. I have to think of it. Let's head down to ringside. Well, Dominatrix Stacy, that's it. Dominatrix Stacy, as someone donated to our Streamlabs account, and we saw Domination Stacy on the screen with a little paddle and some lingerie. That was friggin' hot. I'm going to get down to ringside before I lose my mind. Ladies, action coming up next. Ladies and gentlemen, here comes J.J. Sakamoto.
Is scheduled for one fall. Making her way to the ring
too many times and my brain is now fried.
J.J. Sakamoto.
Bradley, thank you for giving us a little bit more Stacy Keebler tips. Yes, Mr. Clark, Dominatrix Stacy is the official gift when folks donate to our Streamlabs account. Nick Clark, Stacy Keebler has many forms. We have not even seen her final form here in XFW, but I cannot wait when it finally shows up. Marshall Foskett, thank you again for sharing. And here comes Riley Palmer.
From Toronto, Ontario, Canada, gorgeous Riley Palmer.
Riley Palmer has shown up here in XFW, has been absolutely dominant inside that ring. Week in and week out, she's definitely made a big impact here in the women's division. She has several victories over former XFW women's champions and now looking to get her own opportunity at the women's championship ASAP, and tonight a win over the former women's champion, J.J. Sakamoto, may give her that opportunity. Sherry Rogers trying to talk some other folks into our Streamlabs account with their PayPal and get Dominatrix Stacy on the screen. Thank you, Sherry, for that recommendation. Derek Smith, thank you for asking about our friend Dirk Webb. He is okay. He is sitting on a donut from what I understand, or most times just laying on his stomach. He's crying a bit about it, but Dirk Webb has never been one much for pain, so hopefully we'll see Dirk back here in the XFW studio very, very shortly. Big right hand now from J.J. Sakamoto as these two continue this in-ring competition in our women's division. J.J. Sakamoto with a nice exploder, starting to dominate the early goings here in this match. German suplex now holds on for a pin already on Palmer, but Palmer gets the shoulder up. Sakamoto had a very long, storied career here in XFW. Enziguri, good Lord! Damn near spun Palmer's head all the way around. Palmer now with a counter. Palmer with a drop kick. J.J. Sakamoto, when she first came to XFW, could not get a win to save her life. Week in and week out, she was pinned, submitted, and could not manage to seem to get her feet underneath her in XFW. But once she adapted to the more American style, as whoa, Palmer coming through the ropes. J.J. Sakamoto found her traction and took herself from the bottom all the way to the top of the ladder and became XFW Women's Champion. And so far, still to this date, has been the most dominant women's champion we have ever had here in XFW. 9 back-to-back title defenses, folks, of the Women's Championship by Jajin Sakamoto. I know current champion Alex Webb hopes she has even half the success that Jajin Sakamoto did. Meanwhile, Sakamoto looking to get herself back in an opportunity here at the championship. Meanwhile, Riley Palmer looking for her first opportunity in XFW Gold. Countered by Palmer. Palmer with a nice right hand as these two continue to go back and forth. Palmer setting her up on top ropes into the doom for Jajin Sakamoto into a DDT. What impact by Riley Palmer. Look at this, folks. Planting Jajin Sakamoto up on the rope, using that extra leverage and driving her head square down to the canvas. Palmer continuing the onslaught now with a couple right arms. Sakamoto countering. Nice arm drag by the former champion, and a flying forearm now from Sakamoto. Sakamoto with a second row, comes off with her own elbow right to the face. Palmer looks like she's holding on to her eye. That may have gone right into her eye socket. German suplex again by Sakamoto. Sakamoto now going towards the arm. Again, Palmer coming through, and a lariat takes Sakamoto over the top rope back to the outside, and Palmer now in pursuit, not want to give Sakamoto a chance to recover. Big time combination and a drop kick, and then sends Sakamoto's face crashing into the XFW table on the outside. Gotta be careful. Every time he set that table up to take online orders for our t-shirts, someone takes that shit apart and destroys it. Counter again by Sakamoto, dodging out of the way. Sakamoto, again exploder, takes Palmer down. Palmer now rolling to the outside. Sakamoto celebrating a little bit. Mike Lukeski, thank you for sharing. In comes Palmer again. Big right hand by Jajin Sakamoto. The former women's champion looking to get a pinfall victory tonight. Hook in the leg. Exploder. Sakamoto now getting into her classic form. Putting together a nice offense here of her pew. Now she's just dumping Palmer on her head repeatedly. Hard impact to the back, head, and neck of Riley Palmer. Sakamoto now on the ropes. The audience starts to count along as Sakamoto rains down right fists on the temple and forehead of Riley Palmer. And Palmer collapses. Could that be it? Kick out at 1 by Palmer. Sakamoto looks a little worried there. I think she thought Palmer was done. Sakamoto now driving her back down to the knee. Sakamoto has gotten so good here in XFW, but Palmer continuing to fight on. Kick to the face by the former women's champion. Collar elbow tie up. Riley Palmer with a shot to the midsection and a drop kick right to the chin of Jajin Sakamoto. We've got a cover. Sakamoto gets the shoulder up relatively quickly. Sakamoto with a lot of gas left in the tank. Palmer again. Sakamoto keeps trying to get her into the ropes, but Palmer has it scouted and keeps escaping out. Palmer now too close to the ropes, going for the camel clutch. Classic move by the Sheik, the legend, the Iron Sheik. Again, Sakamoto with another suplex. Palmer rolls to the outside. Sakamoto still going up top. Sakamoto missed it. Sakamoto missed it by a landslide. Then tosses Palmer into the steps. And a second time, Palmer crashing with those steel steps at ringside. Palmer tossing the former champion back in as these two continue to battle on here at XFW Late Night. Palmer now with a kick. Shining Wizard right to the side of the head of J.J. Sakamoto. That might be it, folks. Brutal impact right there. Leg is hooked. We've got a cover. Sakamoto again gets the shoulder up. Unbelievable. Palmer blocking the right hand. Palmer double tie up from both women. Ooh! Sakamoto again. Connects with a flying forearm. Sakamoto now stalking Palmer. Uh-oh! She's got her up! Sakamoto driver! All that weight crashing down on top of Riley Palmer. Sakamoto wins. Sakamoto pulls off the victory on Late Night after a fantastic back and forth contest between both those young ladies. But the former women, here's the Shining Wizard, folks. Boom! Using Sakamoto's own knee as leverage, Palmer connects. I thought that might be the end of the match right then and there. But Sakamoto showing the resiliency, getting the shoulder up, and then landing the Sakamoto driver.
Here is your winner, J.J. Sakamoto.
Sakamoto looking to get herself another opportunity in XFW Gold, hoping to become a two-time champion here in XFW. The women continue to steal the spotlight here in XFW week in and week out. And there's been rumors, folks, and speculations that we might have a tag team women's division starting up soon here in XFW. There's been a lot of clamor and a lot of talk about it. I know some fans have asked for it on repeated occasions. It looks like something that might be coming down the pipeline soon. We'll have more of information on that as it comes to us. We will get it out to you guys here at XFW and Blood Sword 6 streaming. We may even have a small video segments coming up just for news covering XFW that is spread throughout our Facebook and YouTube pages. So stay tuned for that as well in the next few weeks as we continue to expand our production here at Blood Sword 6 streaming and XFW Professional Wrestling. Now, ladies and gentlemen, next is a mixed tag match coming your way. These have proved to be very popular here at Blood Sword 6 streaming and have almost become a staple here in XFW Late Night, as this is the show where we like to have a little bit more fun, see some wacky shit going on here and there at XFW. And this will feature Kitty Lane and Terry Sexton. Now, both these current wrestlers have a very adult-themed past, folks. Terry Sexton, the former Thunder from Down Under male exotic dancer, and Kitty Lane, the business owner. She owns her own exotic dance club out in Las Vegas, Nevada. Now, these two came to XFW because they both share the same agent. Terry Sexton's been here in XFW for some time now, and Kitty Lane decided to join in after her agent talked her into it. Now, tonight they'll be taking on Sophia Laurie and Rick the Dragon Fletcher. Now, Sophia Laurie has been outstanding since debuting here in XFW, and Dragon Fletcher won himself a triple threat match last night and got himself an opportunity down the road to challenge the XFW World Internet Championship. So, folks, this could be a very explosive match as Terry Sexton is continuing on the hunt for his opportunity for the United States Championship. Kitty Lane has been tearing up the win-loss records as of late, and Sophia Laurie and Dragon have been very impressive since starting. So now all four of these very talented wrestlers going at it next on XFW Late Night. And here comes Kitty Lane.
Introducing first, from Las Vegas, Nevada, Kitty Lane.
Kitty Lane, definitely a very provocative character here in XFW. River Styx will be in action on XFW Danger Zone tomorrow night. But right now, folks, we have the Kitty Lane doing her, well, she used to do pole dancing. Right now she's doing turnbuckle dancing I'll tell you what, it is interesting to watch. And very enjoyable. And here comes Terry
From
Sexton.
Melbourne, Australia, weighing in at 241 pounds, Terry Sexton.
Sexton with more jiggle than any professional wrestler should have. It's interesting, folks. With Sexton and Lane both coming from the same adult industry backgrounds, Sexton wiggles a lot more than Kenny Lane does. Folks talking about Drago and River Styx in our audience. River Styx and Drago, one of the first two in XFW to jump into mixed tag matches. And here comes Sophia Loren.
Grenoble, France, Sophia Loren.
Sophia Loren and Kitty Lane have had a couple meetings back and forth here in XFW. Derek Smith says, I want to be that turnbuckle pad. Welcome to the world, buddy. Get in line. We got a lot of folks that want to be anything to do with Kitty Lane. And I can't blame them. I'm right there with you guys. But Sophia Loren and Kitty Lane have mixed it up in the past. Sophia Loren, a former fashion designer in France. She's been very vocal about the looking down on Kitty Lane's choice of professions outside professional wrestling. And here comes Rick, the Dragon Fletcher.
And from Buffalo, New York, weighing in at 210 pounds, Rick, the Dragon Fletcher.
Jay Rogers, one of my commentary partner, Max Girth, has the same agent. I don't know if even Max has an agent at all. Max just shows up at the XFW broadcasting studios and does his job and then pretty much goes home. However, Max does like to bring snacks, and I'm very appreciative of Max Girth bringing snacks to our studio. Dirk never brings snacks. Dirk eats everything before he gets here. Dirk doesn't like to share. Maybe that's why he's got a colonoscopy. Rick the Dragon Fletcher, the opportunist last night, winning a triple threat match, got himself a number of rungs on the ladder towards the XFW World Internet Championship, currently held by Mark Collins. Those two will clash shortly. Fletcher getting an opportunity because Jesus Silva out with a small knee tweak during a workout session. Fletcher, right time, right person just to be there and manage to get himself interjected into that contest. And then managed to pull. Look at this guy. What is wrong with him? A lot of folks keep asking if he's high as he's getting in the ring, folks. I wonder if that purple smoke is actually just smoke. What is going on with this guy? I used to think Terry Sexton was the weirdest wiggle in XFW. I stand corrected. Look at this nut job. All right, folks, here we go. Looks like Kitty Lane and Sophia Loren are going to start things off in this contest. Here we go. And Lane going in with a drop kick that's shoved out of the way by Sophia Loren. But Lane firing back with a couple of, slaps to the head by Kitty Lane, and now chop. And Sophia Loren fires right back. And Loren, tilt-a-whirl DDT, instantly taking Kitty Lane off her feet. But Lane now fires back with a spinning heel kick. Both these women coming from very different backgrounds. Whoa! I'm not even sure what the hell that was, but that was outstanding. Lane back to her feet pretty quickly. Irish whip into the turnbuckle. Lane now, repeated shots to the head. Good Lord. Uh-oh. Kitty Lane starting a little bit of a dance. We've seen this, folks. Ow! Bronco Buster lands on Sophia Laurie, insult to injury. We've seen Kitty Lane use those kind of attacks in the past just to a little bit of spark of her former career. Oh, but Laurie did not seem to take to it too kindly as she just lights up Kitty Lane with a brutal lariat. Irish back in the home territory now. Kick to the face by Laurie, preventing the tag and a drop kick right to the head of Kitty Lane. I'll tell you what, folks, Sophia Laurie is absolutely devastating inside that ring. I'd like to know her background, where she picked up these fighting abilities, but they are outstanding. But right now, Terry Sexton in there with Rick the Dragon Fletcher. And Fletcher now lighting him up with kicks to the thigh, weakening Terry Sexton's stand, and a tag right back in comes Sophia Laurie and forcing Kitty Lane to come back in. And Lane now float over DDT. Cornelius said, just land on me and stay there. I've actually offered to practice with Kitty Lane inside the ring when she does her, what she calls the highway to heaven. But all I got was a quick slap across the face and told to shut up. I guess if you're not inside the ring or in her club, you got to pay advance for that. Ooh! Clothesline again to Dragon Fletcher by Terry Sexton as the men get back inside the ring. Innovative offense there by Terry Sexton, using his head almost as a leverage device, tossing Fletcher across the ring. Big time lariat there now, again from Terry Sexton. Fletcher was very impressive last night in the triple threat match, but stole the opportunity. Very advantageous spot. But right now getting decimated by Terry Sexton. Up and over. Oh, and a clothesline now by Fletcher. Takes Terry Sexton off his feet. Tag again, in come the women. Kick to the face already by Kitty Lane. Back into the turnbuckle. Turn around by Sophia Laurie. Kick to the thigh. That might have been a little even higher than I thought by Kitty Lane. Shove across the ring. Hard impact into the turnbuckle by Sophia Laurie. Laurie now continuing the onslaught. Ooh, look at Lane spout right back up, but Kitty Lane stays on the offense. Lane again fire. Oh, Lane with a little bit of a slap there. Uh-oh, we talked about it. Highway to heaven as she calls it. Insult to injury. Clothesline now. Laurie ducks out of the way. I don't know if that move does any damage to the opponent, folks. All I know is it gets them off their game. It pisses them off, that's for sure. I can tell you that. Kick to the midsection now by Sophia Laurie. Laurie the double underhook. Uh-oh. Got Kitty Lane up. Big impact on the back of the head. You even saw Mike Atura shrug that one off. We got a cover. I'm not sure what Terry Sexton was doing, folks, but he missed by a landslide in that shot. Turn around again. Sophia Laurie back in the offense. Kitty Lane fires through with a shot to the face. Back in the turnbuckle again. Lane setting her up. Uh-oh. We've seen this before, too. Kitty Lane. Insult to injury. Bare butt right to the face of Kitty Lane. Or by Kitty Lane. Terry, I'm not even sure what you call that, folks. All I know is I want to trade places with Sophia Laurie when that kind of shit happens. Kitty Lane now on her game. Turning things around on Sophia Laurie. Laurie now tossing up over the top rope. Kitty Lane holds on. Shot to the face now by Kitty Lane again. These ladies back and forth. Laurie turning things around again. Across the ring, back into home territory. A tag. In comes Fletcher. In comes Sexton. Kick in the midsection. Laurie and Fletcher now in control. Synchronized moves now. Takes him down. Double spear from Fletcher and Laurie. Impressive teamwork now from both of them. Fletcher now on top. Misses the elbow. The very elbow he won the champion or the opportunity last night with the pinfall victory to win that triple threat match. Nice takeover. Kerry Rogers' Kitty puts the X in XFW. That is not an understatement. Fletcher with a nice turnaround and a reverse DDT. I'll tell you what, this Fletcher kid is impressive, folks. Combination now from the Dragon as he calls himself with the weird green contacts inside the ring. Sophia Laurie can barely hold on. Looks like Fletcher wants to make a tag. But Sophia Laurie does not look like she wants to get back in the ring right now. Kitty Lane starting to lighten her up towards it, and a counter again by Sexton. Sexton with an impressive cutter takes down Fletcher. What a nice shot there. But Fletcher quick to recover, tosses Sexton over. Terry holds on to the top rope. I'll tell you what, folks, what started off as a match just to impress the fans, this one has gotten very, very competitive very quickly. Oh my God! Did you see that? Fletcher spinning Sexton over, dumping him right on his knee. I thought Sexton had countered it. That was impressive. Terry Sexton there with a nice counter. Fletcher fires right back in the midsection. And Fletcher hits him with a nice dominating clothesline. And now we see a little bit of the showboating by Terry Sexton. Got to be careful, Fletcher getting back to his feet. Back in the turnbuckle. Tag. In comes now Kitty Lane. That forces in Sophia Laurie to come in. Uh-oh. A little bit of double teamwork now. Oh! From Lane and Fletcher. Fletcher now rolling to the outside. Kitty Lane. Big time exploder. Big time exploder suplex. Kick to the midsection. Driving the face down. And a cover by Kitty Lane. Sexton and Lane pull off the victory. Sexton and Lane victorious. There's that brutal double unhook pile driver of Sophia Laurie earlier in the contest. Sexton here, I think Terry Sexton wanted to hit Sophia Laurie, but change line. There's the most beautiful thing in the world, folks. Right then and there. With Fletcher trying to finish off with the elbow drop right here, but Sexton managing to get out of the way. But here's the exploder suplex. Boom!
Here are your winners.
But Kitty Lane wins in what she calls drop to your knees. I'm sure someone has a pun intended. But Lane and Sexton victorious tonight on Late Night. Tell you what, folks, those are two pretty people. Outstanding match between those four competitors right there, folks. And again, Kitty Lane and Terry Sexton performed very well as a tag team in mixed tag action, but you saw how well Sophia Laurie does, folks. She is an outstanding in-ring competitor and continues to impress everyone here in XFW. Excuse me. Now, Kitty Lane and Terry Sexton, again, they have the same agent. Now, I'm trying to find out who this agent is, folks. I have not gotten the name of this agent, but I'm dying to find out. I want to find out where Kitty Lane's club is. I almost said Titty Lane. Kitty Lane has completely thrown me off my rocker between you guys putting Stacy Keibler on the screen, Kitty Lane doing what she does in the ring, and now finding out that she calls her finishing maneuver drop to your knees. That double knee impact in the back of the head, forcing her opponent all her weight down to the back of the opponent's neck. An outstanding offense maneuver, but choosing to use a name that may not be all age friendly, if I want to say. But regardless, a outstanding match between those four. And again, there's no ranking for that match, folks, and Rick the Dragon Fletcher still has an opportunity down the road for the XFW Internet Championship after that surprise victory last night at XFW Ground Zero. Now up next, folks, the United States Champion is in action. Bad boy Marshall Sweet going one-on-one with the Voodoo King, Drago, on XFW Late Night. Now, Sweet has been being very much a combative champion here in XFW, trying to defend the championship at any cost, anytime. He's now a two-time United States champion. And just finally got out of the shadow of Johnny Dick Dangerous, who I have had word, folks, has sustained a pretty severe injury at the hands of Ultimo Shade after their last match. So Johnny Dick Dangerous may be out of action for some time. But Marshall Sweet had a fantastic defense against Biff Wellington at XFW, our last pay-per-view event. And now tonight goes one-on-one with the Voodoo King, Drago, next on Late Night. And here comes Drago.
Is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from New Orleans, Louisiana.
Drago, the man in XFW we've literally seen use black magic and sorcery inside the squared circle, which for whatever reason is allowed. That skull full of incense that he brings out that is absolutely repugnant. But he says, and folks, I'm not one to know a lot about magic sorcery, but most times incense is supposed to ward off evil spirits. But Drago says his incense invites them into the ring to do battle with him, which is kind of scary. But tonight he goes one-on-one with the United States champion. Look at those eyes. Fighting. The music hits, and here comes the United States champion.
From Toronto, Ontario, Canada, weighing in at 210 pounds. One half of the Bad Boy, Marshall Sweet.
Sweet currently on a phenomenal win streak here in XFW, as is Drago. Both these guys have found their rhythm the past few months here in XFW. Sweet on an all-time high. Recently trading victories back and forth with Mark Collins, the Internet Champion, as the two battled for 2 weeks straight on a number of XFW broadcasts. This will be the first time I can recall these two have ever been inside the square circle against one another. Both have become very popular here in XFW. This should be an outstanding match. I want to understand, Sweet wanted to put this championship on the line, but since Drago, who is a former United States champion himself, he didn't have a very long reign. But he did have a reign. Collar and elbow tied now from both men. Drago pulling the side headlock. Drago now overhand wrist lock, trying to wear down the United States champion. Drago with a leg takedown. Who taught Drago some wrestling moves? And Drago now, there it is. The hard impact, the brawling tactics of Drago came in quickly. I think Sweet thought maybe Drago was going to give him a little bit of that, but here comes Sweet firing right back. Drago shoving him down the canvas. Drago with a decent size and strength advantage over the champion, but Sweet will definitely have an advantage when it comes to speed and agility. Big right hand there by Drago. Drago with a full Nelson. Up and down, takes the champion, hard impact, and Sweet rolling to the outside. Drago bringing him in the hard way. Drago now trying to celebrate, maybe call some of those evil spirits that he talks about as he starts clubbing away on the United States champion. Sweet Irish whip now. The champion with a drop toe hold. What is that? What is that? Mark Collins! What the hell is he doing out here? Mark Collins just showed up on the rampway. What is all this about? Sweet gets dumped by Drago. Sweet jumping right back to his feet. Drago with a headbutt. What is the internet champion doing out here? Obviously had some kind of psychological effect on Sweet. Called out Sweet's name. You see Mark Collins still on the outside right now. Those two have gone back and forth over the past few weeks, trading victories back and forth, but Sweet defeated him, Mark Collins, and now Collins out here at ringside. Drago, heavy, oh my God, Drago picks him up again, into him, good Lord. Collins staring on, Sweet, obviously thrown off his game by the appearance of Mark Collins. Drago the kick to the midsection, missing the lariat. Sweet fighting back. Collins inside the ring. Collins is inside the ring. What the hell is going on? Collins slapped him in the back of the head. Disqualification. Collins with a slap to the back of the head. What is going on? Mark Collins blatantly getting involved, walking to the ring and slapping the head of the United States champion. Obviously, the animosity between these two is not over. Collins obviously not sitting well with the victory that the United States champion had over him a few weeks ago. Again, not that any time that Collins sits well with anything here in XFW, but obviously there's a little bit of drama still between these two. And I'm sure Drago's going to be very pissed off since Collins just cost him an opportunity inside the ring. Had Drago been able to pull off a victory, could have elevated him to an opportunity for a shot at the United States Championship. But Collins throwing all that away, giving Sweet the victory, the slap to the head, unprovoked. Collins just showing up at ringside and pulling this kind of garbage. Now, folks, I'm sure somewhere Morgan Steiner has something to do with this, that weasel in the back, as Steiner is all over the place at every ring we have saying, this is the era of Steiner. This is my time, as what Steiner keeps telling everyone. Marshall Foskett, thank you for sharing again. Business was booming with COVID-19. You're probably talking about Drago. You're probably right, as Drago loves all kinds of just ineffectual disease and anything wrong in the world. But up next, folks, our main event coming your way. Ramon Cruz going one-on-one with Pedro Ortiz Jr. inside a steel cage. Now, folks, you can win a steel cage match by pinfall or submission, or escaping the cage over the top, or when the referee opens the door if you call for it to be open. Now, these two are both former champion, multi-time champions here in XFW. Both come from down the way of Mexico in the lucha-style wrestling. Pedro Ortiz Jr., a third-generation superstar. Ramon Cruz, a second-generation superstar here in XFW. These two have met very sparsely here in one-on-one competition, so this is a pay-per-view quality match for both these men, folks. Both of them looking to get back in the spotlight here in XFW for an opportunity in XFW Gold. This one should prove to be outstanding. Let's head down to ringside as these two clash in our main event at tonight, XFW Late Night. And here comes Ramon Cruz.
The following contest is a steel cage match. Making his way to the ring from Juarez, Chihuahua, Mexico. Weighing in at 220 pounds.
Ramon Cruz making his way down to the ring. A little bit extra shimmy and shake. The shimmy and shake in his stroll tonight. Ramon Cruz refers to himself as the beautiful Ramon Cruz. He used to wear a mask down to the ring in respects to his father, Romeo Vega. Wherever you see Ramon Cruz out in public, folks, he's usually got a couple ladies on each arm. But tonight he goes one-on-one with the multi-time champion here, Pedro Ortiz Jr. Well, Cruz, as of late, has been getting a lot of W's in the win-loss category. You You see that cage looming overhead, that monstrous structure. And here comes Pedro Ortiz Jr. Shay Rogers says this is a legacy match. That actually is a very true statement,
and
folks.
his opponent from Juarez,
Pedro
Chihuahua,
Ortiz
Mexico.
Jr.'s father and grandfather
Weighing
never
in
wrestled in
at
XFW.
205 pounds, Pedro Ortiz Jr.
Ramon Cruz's father his career ended early at the hands of Warbird, former XFW World Heavyweight Champion. Those two had a very heated, legendary rivalry here in XFW. Pedro Ortiz Jr. always happy to entertain the masses. John Rogers says these two in a cage. You want injuries? Because that's how you get injuries. There's the cage coming down. It'll be locked into place. And there's the bell, folks. And here we go. We're off and running. Pedro taking a drop kick already from Ramon Cruz. These two almost look like they could be in a tag team. Almost matching gear. Ramon Cruz sporting some new duds tonight. Pedro Ortiz Jr. with his own mask after wearing. What is going on there? A little bit of Drago magic left inside the ring, maybe. I'm not sure what the hell that was. Yay, WWE 2K20. Big chop there. Countered by Pedro Ortiz Jr. Oh, my God. Pedro looked like he was going for an attack on the legs, and Ramon Cruz dumps on him right into the knee. Cruz now back in control, dumping him on his head. Ramon Cruz's father, Romeo Vega, specialized in steel cage matches. Loved to climb the matches, loved to dive off. Now trying to wear out, pull the arm off. Ramon Cruz countering out. Both men now standing off. Both men trying to feel each other out right now. Try to get one up on this. Oh, big impact there by Pedro Ortiz Jr. But Cruz gets the shoulder up. 2 feet to the midsection now by the former World Heavyweight Champion, Pedro Ortiz Jr. Goes for a suplex. Cruz capitalizing, turns it around, and drives it down with a neck breaker. Cruz now's got him up. Cruz stretching out Pedro Ortiz and driving him face first down into the canvas. Third suplex now by the former United States champion. Ramon Cruz up on the top rope, comes off Hurricane Rana, takes Pedro Ortiz Jr. over. Impressive offense by Ramon Cruz, the former United States champion. Pedro Ortiz Jr. not going to be outdone, catching the corkscrew dragon leg whip. Folks thinking the Drago's demons are left inside the ring. That's a very astute. So, Pedro going to the top, but Cruz right then and there. Ooh, he crashes his knee into the cage, and now dumps him face first onto the canvas. Ramon Cruz spinning drop kick, textbook Ramon Cruz, and now Cruz again going to the top. Oh, spinning senton by Ramon Cruz, and now insult to injury. Agony is kicking dirt on the former champion. Lock up now. Pedro Ortiz Jr. shoving him off. Ortiz, suplex now for the former champion. Ortiz holds on. Into a second one. Ortiz holds on again. 3 times the suplex. We've got a cover. Cruz gets the shoulder up quickly. This could be a make or break career match for either one of these guys, folks. Reverse suplex there by Cruz. Nick Clark saying he was related to Xander Cruz. No, he is not. He, however, is related to Romeo Vega, his father, former XFW champion. Big right hand there by Ramon Cruz. Both men now on top of the cage, on top of the rope. Big time superplex from Ramon Cruz. Cruz now on the ropes. Cruz climbing the cage, starting his ascent. Cruz way up top. What is Cruz? Cruz getting to his feet. Oh my God! And missing. Pedro Ortiz Jr. sidestepping, and Ramon Cruz crashing down to the canvas from way up top. Now Pedro Ortiz Jr. starting his climb. Ramon Cruz right next to him, trying to get back up there as Pedro is climbing over the top. This could be it right here. Cruz with a shot. Another shot. Trying to pull Pedro Ortiz back inside. And a shot to the back. Both men now on the top rope. Ortiz's head smashed into the cage. And now right hands again from Ramon Cruz. Oh! Again! Good Lord. Another one. Pedro Ortiz Jr. holding on for dear life as Cruz is just blasting his head repeatedly off the top rope. Both men now again trying to climb. This could be devastating for both these men. Cruz now on top. Pedro Ortiz Jr. now as well in right hands now. Both men battling on top of the cage. Big right hand from Pedro Ortiz. Again, Ortiz lights up Cruz. Cruz now with a counter. Whoa! Ortiz, again head slamming. Both men, big time. Either one, oh my God! Oh my dear God! Ramon Cruz sending Pedro Ortiz Jr. crashing down to the canvas. Elementary at this point. Cruz is over the top. Cruz is out. Pedro Ortiz Jr. lying motionless. It is all over, folks. Ramon Cruz victorious. What a main event. Pedro Ortiz Jr. crashing down from the top rope. Unbelievable. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in tonight to XFW Late Night. What a hellacious main event between those two men. But Ramon Cruz victorious over the former World Heavyweight Champion in a phenomenal fashion. Pedro Ortiz Jr. taking a hellacious fall. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll see you tomorrow night for XFW Danger Night, our flagship show. We hope you will tune in tomorrow night. We'll see you then. Thank you for tuning in. Obviously, the crowd in attendance not happy about that outcome.
I wanna make sound. I wanna change everything.